Hello and welcome to the University of Law. And this is a very exciting video, and also one that I'm doing so quickly after it's been released. This was actually dispatched the day before the download was released, so it was dispatched on Wednesday. I listened to it on release day, which was yesterday, Thursday, and today, Friday. Here it is, and I'm unboxing it for you the second. I've got my hands on it, so it is, of course, the 13th Doctor adventures at Big Finish. So it's always great to have a new Doctor starting at Big Finish, a whole new journey, a whole new adventure, and it keeps things fresh. In my lifetime, we've had it with the Fourth Doctor, with Tom Baker. We've had it a few years later with John Hurt, David Tennant, excitingly later with Chris Eccleston, and then more recently with Joe Martin. Now it is the turn of the 13th Doctor. Very, very exciting times. Now, I will be honest. Um, when the 30th Doctor era was on television, it wasn't a particular favourite of mine based on the television adventures. And I think that's a great thing with Doctor Who, which is that there's so much of it, there's something for everyone. And for me, the style just wasn't really, it didn't quite grab me. I don't think I really understood what it was trying to achieve. Um, and I've had this in the past where obviously I was born after the classic series ended, but when I went back and watched some of the 6th and 7th Doctor stuff, I'm not a massive fan of season 22. I'm not a massive fan of season 24. 25 26 has got some good stuff in it, but it's not until you get the Big Finish stuff that those Doctors really shine. And I always hoped that that would happen with the 13th Doctor, and it's certainly happening for me. And actually, what it has done is, I think because Big Finish is maybe more geared towards me, I really found that they captured the essence of that 13th Doctor era, and I really got it, and I really understood the charm and appeal of it because of this Big Finish audio drama. So that being said, let's get this open. There's a few interesting things to note about the packaging actually when we get it open. What's interesting with this one is it's because it's such a recent era. It's not an era I have got encyclopedic knowledge of yet. I don't think I've watched any of the episodes twice actually. I've got them all on Blu-ray, and I haven't actually watched them since I got them. I do need to do a good old rewatch. I think this is definitely the catalyst for that. So let's pop that there. There's a bit of a shade. Oh, this is really quite cool. Right, so what I was going to talk about was the fact that we've got yellow on the title here, but actually it's yellow here as well. This is very obviously it's a Big Finish package, and it follows the Big Finish style and font, don't get me wrong, but it's in a unique style, a little bit like the second Doctor Adventures when it launched. This is something a bit different. I know they've released the artwork for the next one coming out in September. Do you know, I can't believe we have to wait till September. I mean, I think it's because it's come out so early in July. It makes the wait feel longer. Of course, to help us out in the meantime, we've got the Ninth Doctor stuff coming out every other month between these to keep us going. But yeah, so we've got different. Obviously, it's the same logo as all the other Big Finish, the same layout, but obviously this is yellow. Tim Foley obviously is a great writer. Looking at the spine, it is Series 1, Episode 1. Definitely looking at... Oh, look at that. Yellow here. I'm wondering whether... Because, you know, she's got the rainbow on her shirt, whether it's going to be a different colour each time. Maybe. They've definitely said in the interviews that there is a story arc, and I think there was definitely a feel... I can't put my finger on it, but there's definitely moments where you thought this is something that I think is going to come up later. I think there's definitely a kind of overarching villain. I hope we see more of the supporting characters. I think that part of the thing that I found with this era, and maybe it was because of the lockdowns, I didn't feel as connected with the characters. And I think that's probably because we didn't touch base with their families more. I think there was also an element of there were 3 of them, and I think having enough time, I think especially when Graham and... I've forgotten his name. The other companion at the start. Those two were... was it Ryan? Ryan and Graham? They were related, so you kind of had that there, and you felt that was established, a meeting, the Gran at the start of the first episode. You felt that. Yaz, I know we got to know her sister and parents, but I think we saw them once, maybe twice. I remember it being once. But seeing her friends, it felt a little bit like Bill Potts when we got to know her friends in Knock Knock. I really got that, and I hope we see more of them. Actually, that they were it was like Stranded. They were an interesting group of three-dimensional characters that I'd like to spend more time with. So hopefully we see a bit more of them. And as I said, there was kind of some hints that maybe there's some master villain behind it all. But yeah, there's some great Gallifrey lore in here. It was vampires, of course, and that really came in nicely. Nice reference to Ian and Barbara, the name of the chickens. But it was a really good thing that kept you guessing. It was one of them's a vampire, you don't know who, and the twist was really good at the end. Actually, there was a couple of really good red herrings that set it up. I thought it was going to be the mum that no one knew the name of, but it wasn't. And actually, that was a compelling character I'd love to see more of. But there was a point where I actually thought it could be the Doctor or Yaz, actually. But yeah, I felt like I got to know these characters like I hadn't before. And I guess, to be honest, they only got 6 episodes for their 3rd season. Was it 6 for Flux? I think it was only 6. And obviously before then, there were 4 people in the TARDIS. And I think at times, maybe, as I said, I didn't connect with the era, but I think maybe looking back, it was because maybe there was a little bit too much going on. I don't know. I know a lot of people did connect with it, and that's wonderful. And if you're one of those people, fantastic. But this, I think, for me, and this is what I love about Big Finish, it can get people in who maybe didn't get it the first time round, if you're willing to make the plunge. So if you were someone who maybe this era didn't work for you on telly, give these a go. Give these a go. So let's get it actually open inside. And have a look. The next one looks interesting. As I said, I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge. It talks about them going back to a planet, and I'm not sure whether it's a planet that they've maybe been to off screen, or whether it's a planet that was in one of the television stories, and if so, I really need to go back and watch it. If you know the answer to my question, do let me know in the comments, tell me which episode it is, and I'll dig it out, put it on the player as soon as possible, and do my research ahead of the release in September. I'm hoping it is a early September release, so we don't have to wait any more, here we go, than exactly 2 months. It's a shame we didn't get the 13th Doctor in earlier, actually, and be a part of Once and Future, actually. Okay. With the 13th Doctor logo on, that's a first. Well, it's actually not a first, is it? Because this logo used to be the Big Finish logo. I forgot about that. I had forgotten about that, so this is not a first. This was the first era, wasn't it, where they had all the merchandise use the same logo. Because I know under the Moffat era, there was like a special sort of classic Doctor merchandise logo, wasn't there? Which was quite cool. I really liked it. And for the 50th, it had that Hartnell art sequence in. But yeah, during the Chibnall era, they had to use this. And obviously now they use this. I guess now we can have the 10th Doctor, or David Tennant playing the 14th Doctor, Big Finish, and of course Ncuti Gatwa playing the 15th. There we go. Really enjoyed this. And let's have a look. Here's the disc. It's a 1-part story. Yes, it's a 12-part series, isn't it? 12-episode series. So hopefully we get some really good character development. Yeah, it is set. This really picks up straight after Ryan and Graham leave at the end of that New Year special. Is it Revolution of the Daleks, I want to say? It picks up after that. And it picks the story up nicely. It's going to take us nicely, I think, into Flux. Oh, here we go. Look at that, coming soon. Snare. The first of the Ninth Doctor. Yeah, I like how these 2 ranges are really kind of interconnecting, aren't they? I wonder if there'll be a link, actually, between them. That's a thought. Could there be a link? So there we have it. Doctor Who Vampire Weekend. What did you think of this release? Do let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to speaking to you soon.